Welcome everybody to our first show, podcast show. We don't have yet a name, so maybe
Yes, we do. We have a name.
We do?
Yes.
Which?
Woo you.
Woo you.
Yeah.
Woo you. Woo you. Okay, there you go. Drop it in the comments below. Woo you.
No, I'm not so sure. It sounds quite aggressive now.
Woo
Sounds a
you.
It sounds
So maybe
Next
not.
time, instead of saying F you, you say woo you.
No, master.
Woo.
We're not an
Yeah, it's like
insult.
combating it's
But
like,
warrior.
Combating hate with love.
yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
There you go.
So drop in the comments below if you do like it. If not, then maybe send some suggestion in. So why did we decide to do this podcast show, starting with this here in Dubai? We just want to spread out our message of love, positivity in a fun way. Maybe one of you will join us in the future, come to Dubai, to our center, and sit here with us and have a nice chat. And today we have a beautiful, amazing, great panel. And I start over there with the lady who is co-founder of the Women Unite project. Her name is
Angela.
Angela, everyone. Please share some words, Angela, about yourself.
Well, I'm very honored to be in one of the first podcast show. Like Sabrina said, I think it is time that we come fully with power, with love and positivity to keep sharing knowledge. But not only that, to keep inspiring people, because I honestly believe that the more we put ourselves out there, the more we can empower people and inspire people. So very excited to see this Woo You podcast show. I don't know if that even makes sense, but please suggest a name. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Urgently. Okay, so next to Angela, we have Master Sri Akarshana.
Namo Himalaya. Well, thank you.
That's it, done.
It's actually supposed to be woo. I think it's woo plus men.
Woo plus one. I like that one.
Women unite plus men.
I like
it's
that.
like,
Woo plus
it's like,
one.
why is
What I was
What are
wondering
we doing
that,
here?
like, what are we doing here?
Woo
woo
plus
plus
one.
men? Either that or woo plus two.
Why two?
Oh, yeah. Could work too.
But then that means you fix every single time you have to have two guys on the show.
Yeah. Well, if you have woo plus men, you have to have one
Or
man.
woo plus.
Woo plus.
Woo plus?
Woo plus.
I don't know. We'll
No,
figure it
woo
out.
plus.
Okay, just
Let
comment
us
below.
know.
Then we have.
And
Surfer
then we
Dude.
have next to me, Otis.
Hey, it's Otis. How are you guys? Beautiful, thank you. So, yeah, I was wondering what I was doing here as well.
You're the plus one.
I'm the plus one.
Yeah.
You know, because Women Unite is all about uniting women around the globe, and I was like, man, I checked myself, I'm not a woman.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Yeah, but then I thought, hang on, it actually goes even beyond that, because it's not just about uniting the women, it's about uniting that feminine energy.
Oh, he's going deep now.
I'm going deep, I'm going straight in, I'm diving deep into it. So,
Okay, what is this podcast show for you? Because we have done some podcast show before, right? But we never done actually like a Woman Unite podcast show. First in Dubai, we settled here. Excited. How many months now?
6-7 months.
7 months.
Master went blank for a moment.
Well, actually, no. I think that we're here to give some bling.
Bling bling.
I mean, I've got my snapback on. Supreme. Is
yeah.
it Supreme?
Yes.
It is Supreme, yeah.
I was
Forgot
like,
which
let
one
me
I
check,
went
let
on.
me check.
Like,
Actually, I wanted to know, like, there's a story behind everything. Everything I've got has got a story. You've got a story. Cameraman has got a story. Everyone has got a story.
I like
It's a woman, by the way.
Wish everybody as a man now.
I mean, I was just...
That's how we
there was
start.
One of those apostrophes was in there. I think...
Supreme. What's Supreme? I mean, look at it.
Supreme.
Like that's like wow.
Yeah.
It's like how we teach people how to script with a gold pen and things like that. No, like you gotta whatever you wear, you gotta feel special in that thing.
I don't know why I was thinking about food, like Supreme burger or something like that.
Are you
Burger.
hungry?
I was
You're
not
hungry, she's
thinking about the Supreme, like,
she's lost 5 kg.
Yeah.
5 kg in the
Very good.
5 kg in the last couple of weeks, so that's why she's hungry.
that's why.
Supreme, she's thinking
Supreme fries.
Supreme
burger.
Yeah, I think it's like for my Hungry Jacks or something like that. Isn't there like a Supreme burger?
I knew we were filming a podcast show last minute today,
Yeah.
as many of us knew last minute.
Working in flow.
So I decided to be a bit of a rebel today and have a snapback, have some glasses that does not make me see any clearer. Not at all. Actually, it's really cool. You can it's Bluetooth.
You can hear music.
You can hear
I
music,
can be having
right?
a conversation with my mom right
Do you
now.
ever
wouldn't know.
use? Do you actually ever use it?
I do. It's really cool.
Really? Oh, okay.
I use it all the time.
In airplanes.
So, what do you guys think? Like, should Master go as a rapper now?
A rapper.
Yeah. I'm a born before the journey.
If you
anyway.
believe it or not, yesterday I had a download. I started to get my book, like Sneha, the camera woman.
Not man.
She gifted me a book from India, which is like real paper. What is that? Handmade paper. Thank you. And like I started to write down. I just came through. I was like, maybe I'm gonna go be a rapper too now.
You're
So,
gonna be a rapper.
Yeah.
Were you
Female
writing some
rapper.
text?
I think you have the
do-
voice
do-
for it.
Do you rap already? No. Does rapper need voice? Rapper doesn't need voice. I'm so sorry to all the rappers and all the talented people out there, but I don't know. Rappers just spit.
It has to be like fast.
Yeah, but there's
Exactly like that.
different
Like
kind of rap.
I can confirm you don't have the voice.
I
I'm so
don't.
sorry.
I don't have any sound system here, but continue.
But she's a good singer.
Yeah.
I have the voice for that.
Supreme
another rapper.
singer.
Supreme singer.
You rap already?
No, actually I don't.
You can rap something.
Oh,
You
you,
must
know
know
how to
some
do.
rap.
You know how to do.
I
the
know what's
beat,
coming
the
next.
boxing.
Beatboxing.
Beatboxing.
Ah, yeah.
You know how
yeah.
to. You should do that.
I do beatboxing, yeah. A
Would
bit.
you like to give some notes out?
Can you share with us like about what you wrote down yesterday?
Oh,
What was
I
it-
don't
what was
actually.
the download?
I don't remember. Like I wanted to bring my book today, but I forgot. But yeah, I don't remember.
But I think we gotta do whatever we gotta do, because we are attention grabbers.
So
You just gotta
No,
rap.
I think like you know, like growing up, like I don't know what you guys witnessed, but at school, like if you're attention grabbing, people are like, oh my god, you're attention grabbing. But like right now, the most influential people in the world who make a difference are attention grab. Like they're the best at attention grabbing.
yeah.
Like everyone you know is good at attention grabbing, even if it doesn't seem to be attention grabbing. That's what today is about. It's all about attention. You want to make a difference in the world. You want to make an impact. You got to know how to grab people's attention. So whether that be rapping, whether that be
Being crazy like Andrew Tate.
he's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think about him? Like, honestly now. Like, you know, I mean, some people say,
He's a genius. He's a genius. People who are hating on it. I mean, the people who are hating on it, they don't get it. And it's one-dimensional thinking. It's seeing the surface and saying that's exactly what it is. But it's not what that is at all. Because, yes, are there certain things that he says that is pushing boundaries and kind of crossing over some lines for some people and maybe borderline disrespectful to certain people and all the rest of it? Yeah, maybe, but whether you like him or not, he got your attention. And after he gets your attention, if you can go through all the nonsense and watch the stuff and listen to what he's saying, I mean, he's empowering people. I mean, he is.
Yeah.
From surface, he's grabbing your attention, then he's empowering people. It's exactly the same thing as when we say, hey, let's buy a Lamborghini, Yogi and Lamborghini. It's the same thing. Like, he can be all Mr. Nice Guy, but he wouldn't be the most popular person on the internet right now.
yeah.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that you can know his strategy. Let's say, for example, you guys were watching a clip before, right? You know his strategy. And the reality is, if you said what he said, if you stay congruent and keep saying the way he says it, you will go viral. There's at least $1 million at the end of, like, in 1 year time, you get to collect $1 million. And I was having this conversation with Tim and Gowan yesterday, and Maria. I said, would you collect the $1 million? If you had to say the things he said, and you have to do that every single day for the next 1 year, and you knew at the end of 1 year you collect $1 million, would you do it? And do you know what the answer is? No. Because they have a ethos, ethics line, which they say, I don't want to be known as that person.
But you can always switch her around, no? If I knew I can switch her around, I would do it.
Okay, but you don't know, and I feel it's very smart because he's switching around right now.
Yeah.
He's already switching around. He's already saying, "Oh, when I said that, I didn't mean that." By the way.
Your marketing team just has to be really, really good, and yourself, then yeah.
But would you do it? Would you say the stuff that he said in the triggering way he would say it?
Yeah, I could not.
So we're now like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll use.
When I think about the things he said, I'm like, no.
But that's why I think. I mean, obviously, we do not yet know what the end narrative is, or if there's an end narrative. But to me, what we're observing right now, without being judgmental, just observing, witnessing, is that he's transitioning slowly, inclusive of his conversion to Islam and all the rest of it recently. Whether you call that a stunt, another whatever, to rally people, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter actually. There seems to be something positive that is, with regards to how he wants to empower people and help people, seems to be coming out of it. What I'm saying is, I feel he is huge. In the sense, not his name. I'm saying inside, he is big enough.
Yeah. That makes so much sense.
I'm not saying muscles. I'm saying like when we say
he sees the
vision.
If universe is to say, if universe was choosing people, like we usually say, right? Like, that is some real hard, kick-ass
spirit.
That not many people can do. You can judge him. People can be jealous of his fame and popularity, which there will be a bunch of people, whether consciously or unconsciously judging. But you cannot deny that you can know his strategy, yet at the same time, you may not be willing to do his strategy because there's so much backlash that comes with it. Can you withstand that? People say, I don't want to withstand that. Yeah, exactly. But the reality is, right now, in amongst all the A-list celebrities and everything, he's probably she's still one of the most popular people in the world right now. If the narrative he manages to nicely shift, and if that is his plan, the reality is in 1 year time, if he shares the word of, hey guys, stand for the women of Iran, he's got more support than any of us. Like, he's got more support than any person out there. That's how I see it.
I think it's needed. Like, I think a lot of the times
it's needed. Are you going to go for it?
No, in the sense that...
Would you do it?
If the end goal is positivity and impacting and awakening people, I think I will do it. Okay, and the reason why...
Have you seen half of the things he says?
I haven't. But what I can relate to is a lot of the times when somebody comes up to you and tell you, you cannot do it because you don't have the money. And I'm saying this because at one point, I don't know if you remember one of our conversations way at the beginning into a business call, coaching call. And I said, oh yeah, because I want to have a charity. I want to help people. And then you said something like, but you cannot do it. I can do it because I have the money. It is a little bit of, what the fuck?
I don't like what you said, but it's true.
Exactly. Like,
and it hurts.
It's a bitch slap, and your ego goes like, oh. But because of that moment, you are awakened to say, hey, okay, he's right. I need to put my ego down and kind of understand what the other person is saying and saying, okay, may I do something different? And because of one comment, your life can completely change. But if you're willing enough to open yourself to other possibilities, and I think most people have a lot of judgments and say, no, this is good, this is bad. But right now, I think is a moment that is needed for the world, because I think I'm putting a strong statement here, but it is needed to be awakened somehow at the end of the day.
I'm actually just picking up right now, which I never thought about before. Like, since 2019, we've already been sharing and telling people, hey, by the way, in spirituality, we call this dark ages. Dark times are coming. War is breaking out, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And recently, we've been teaching about, with the analogy of there's a positivity of a CEO of positivity and a CEO of negativity, and basically CEO of negativity is at work right now. Chaos to order, right? For the new order to happen, evolution. And when Angela was just speaking there, what I was picking up, which is quite interesting, is that, right, if you look at what is everything that people are, their attention is with right now? Positivity or negativity?
Negativity. All news negative.
So if you really think about it, that's very interesting. We can say the world needs positivity. But we also teach this. We say that if you don't give people what they need, you give people what they want. If you give people what they want, then you can educate them of what they need. But what are people wanting? I'm not saying, okay, they're wanting negativity, but people's attention is towards negativity right now.
Absolutely.
So if you, again, back to this Andrew Tate thing, is putting out some things that can be deemed as negativity. You're getting the attention. And again, if you have the right intent, that is, and you are transitioning, you're just triggering people's thoughts, and which is also, I always say, when you trigger people, you awaken people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like a psychological phenomenon where it's stimulating an area of their brain, and people love to have something to oppose and to stand against. It makes them feel empowered. It makes them feel,
But for sure, there will be comments on this video right now already that say disagree. I disagree. There will be people, right? There'll be people who say, I disagree with what you're saying. That's not true at all. You call yourself some spiritual person and you're not at all. And there's going to be somebody who's very upset by listening to this conversation.
That's great.
Yeah, but that's
it
all.
means they're alive. It means they're feeling. It means they have emotions.
And then there'll be some people who say that, okay, well, you shouldn't push those boundaries, or you should not trigger some people because it makes people upset or get into depression or feel bad about themselves and the rest of it. Where is that line? Or is there a line? What is okay? What is not okay? You know, I mean, it's like that video you were watching before. He says, oh, okay, it's because you're fat.
Yeah.
Right? Where is the line?
I mean, is it okay to leave people in their, comfortable space where they're not growing and not changing and maybe being depressed or...
Okay, but what about
Yeah.
the person you say, oh, it's because you're fat, or it's because you're this race, or it's because you're this age, or it's because you're old and you're single, meaning nobody wants you. For example, these are the words that we're hearing, right? So it's like, okay, so those words, yes, it triggers, it awakens. From a higher level of consciousness, we can say, okay, we get it, it's needed, maybe. Because where is that line? Where is that line where some individual hears that and actually gets into depression because of it?
I don't know if there is a line and we could draw it so conclusively. Like, yeah, I actually think it's a really good thing because it gives people the opportunity to grow and move out of their comfort zone. I mean, sometimes I've been through some really tough shit through my life, and I'm really grateful for it all, because without it, I wouldn't be able to sit here with you guys now. I wouldn't be able to be in the position that I am. And it's because of, I don't like that people have to go through challenges and difficulties to grow, but that's just the way life is.
It's a lot of an individual type of person, because it could be that you could either take that approach, or you could be that you can become a victim and just keep saying, oh, but he just said that, and blaming other. It goes a lot to the individual, to the environment that you are in. And a lot of the times, there are some people out there that even if you want to help them, they don't like being helped. And I've seen that through my life. Like you say you have to be positivity, you have to be this, you have to get out of your depression. And as much as you love them, as much as you want them to go out from that situation, I mean, there's no such thing as you trying to pull someone out if that person inside of them, they truly want to get out. And it doesn't mean that they're going to change like that. It means that it's going to take them some time, depending what they do. But it's going to be some
that
time.
person who says something that's triggering, and can you trigger? Is it okay to cross the line on triggering? Where is the line? Even if the intent was positive. I'll give you a very simple example, right? So I grew up with a very alpha male dad who is kind of like, you know, you're either stupid or you get good grades or something, or you show some success, you know, or you're stupid. You either get results or you're useless. And I'll tell you, because growing up with 3 other siblings, so you would have me who would be triggered by it and says, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to show you. Even without the grades, I'm going to show you I'll be successful. Then you will also observe some of the other siblings, which will be like, Dad doesn't love me. I'm depressed. Why? Dad doesn't love me. And long lasting and saying this is the next 20, 30 years of their life.
Thing.
You get what I'm saying? So is it for somebody to come in and say, you are broke because you're useless?
No, but that's the thing.
Is
like
that triggering
Angela
good?
Said,
Is that triggering bad?
no, but like Angela said,
it
it's
does all
like down
go
to the individual.
intent as well from the person. Because if you're a person who would just want to put somebody down because you want to lift out your ego,
Down to intent.
then
Yeah.
I mean, please just stay quiet. But if you know consciously that the reason why you're telling the other person you're broke, to empower them, and then, because I experienced this yesterday, I was in a webinar, I'm like,
Someone trigger you.
I trigger them. I'm like, you have to wake up. But I did it with an intent to help them to get their attention. And then I came softly. My intent was for me to awaken them, to help them, to be like, hey, you need to wake up, right? But if you're coming from an intent of ego, I am better than you, you're bad, then it's a question mark.
This goes back to the thing that we always say. That was her responsibility. What I say is my responsibility.
Yeah.
What you say is your responsibility. And responsibility is not saying that, let's say, for example, somebody triggers and goes off the charts and, you know, I can't believe it. Ota said this thing and it made me feel depressed for the rest of my life, right? That is your intent. You can get points for, okay? So your intent, good karma, great, okay? Came from love and positivity. That was your good intent. And we've all faced it before. It's not an influencer. It's not a speaker. It's even just people at home have said something that they mean well before where they upset somebody and people take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is our ability to respond in all these different situations. We know our intent. How do we best respond when they respond or react, when the other person responds or react? Because I think the problem is that people take it as their responsibility, meaning as a burden. Oh, I can't believe it. I just made this person really upset. But
That's what else?
you did not make the person upset. That
Yeah.
person had pain inside, and
It's actually their responsibility on how they react to certain things. Like, it's not my...
and
like,
the outside will also not see it that way, because the outside will be like, nope, Sabrina just made that person unhappy. But that's one level of consciousness. That's surface level. That's seeing, that's like judging a book by its cover.
Yeah.
You're not
I
seeing
mean,
that full thing.
it's a truth that is not easy to swallow. And I say this because I had that moment in my life where I would be like, oh my God, I just made that person cry, or oh my God, they're mad at me, or oh my God, I shouldn't have said that. Like, these are things that I would have gone through. But now I'm in the stage that if I know that my intent is pure and I know that the reason why I said certain things was to help, then I don't feel guilty I understand. And then we always speak about this, no? You always take care of the spirit. Like, how do you make sure that that person is at the end okay? Because I'm not saying like in a broad perspective.
You can only do that in small
exactly. I was about to say
right?
that. I cannot say if I had 100 people in my call and I trigger someone, I can be like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? I mean, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
But if you're in your environment, then you are able to say, okay, I'm not going to say I'm sorry for something that I say that I know is coming from my heart and a good intent, but I need to ensure that this person is still okay because I personally care deeply about that person.
I think these are very important topics.
Yeah.
Not just for influencers, because people go through these situations.
I think about it now. Like growing up, like my family would always like I was starting from 11, I was chubby. Like in my family, it's like you just laugh about it or you cry about it. Because if you don't have thick skin, you go in your room, you cry. So they would always be like, you're fat, ha, and make fun of me, right? But like I know that my family loves me, right? And they saying that probably because like it's true. Like I'm sorry, it's true. So now thinking back,
and deep down inside, they probably mean well, meaning that they're saying it because probably they want you to do something about it.
Exactly.
They're wanting to remind you so you do something about it.
Yeah.
But then some people obviously do not take it that way.
Yeah. Now thinking about my mom, she would say like sometimes I would walk really weird and she would like insult me. She's like, why are you walking like that? I'm like, why, Mom? But now I'm thinking like she's right. Like
thank God she told me to walk the other way.
Exactly. Imagine she wouldn't have told me. I was walking the whole day. Like people would make fun of me, no? But because she told me, I was like, okay, maybe.
That is a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends who says it at the same time.
I know I wasn't going to actually say anything, but I did see you walking the other day.
And? I'm working perfectly. What are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying?
You know, I was just thinking before. Okay, so if I say, I've shared this before from the events. If I say, life is like a theme park. So you have roller coaster ride people and you have teacup ride people. Which one are you? Roller coaster ride person or teacup person?
Roller coaster.
Okay, which one are you?
Ooh, sometimes I like the teacup, sometimes I like the roller coaster.
Okay,
likes
that's
variety.
nice. Okay, that's good. Which one are you?
I think I'm in the middle, kind of be in the middle. Because
Meaning you like both rides. Sometimes this ride, sometimes
because
that ride.
sometimes my emotions will like, but there's some other days that my emotions just, I have both. There are sometimes, I mean, I used to be very up and down.
So funny, her
in my
response is different to
emotions.
when it could before.
Yeah.
No, that's not me, roller coaster.
It all depends
See?
in which
Your
aspect of your
image.
life and which moment of your life. And right now, my moment of my life is a lot of roller coaster decision-wise. Like, things happen and changes so fast. But if you're going to work to ask me on emotion setting, I'll be chilling in my cup, in my teacup. So it all depends.
So what I'm hearing is like you'd like to have a teacup life, but you're riding the roller coaster.
Of course. I don't want to be boring all day, like just waiting in my in my teacup.
I think deep down inside, everybody likes the idea of the roller coaster. Everybody.
Yeah.
I think everyone likes the idea of both.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
think,
That's true. A lot of people. So okay, let's talk about the people. So they look at the roller coaster. They, oh my God, it must be so wow! Like that whole experience is so exciting. Yet at the same time, the fear makes them sit on a teacup. Then the interesting thing is what you're saying, the other way around. There's the people who are living the roller coaster and looking at the people just chilling on the teacup and thinking, wow, I think I'm missing that in my life.
Isn't that true? Like the grass is, I mean, you can always see it as greener where, you know, when you're going through a situation and that is it as well. Like looking back, when you asked the question, I answered it one way, but then looking back through my life, I'm like, there's been different times and different stages.
I think that's how it is. Life parts, like you have certain years where it's like, I want to have this one thing, and then it's certain years where you're like, okay.
And you would think that as you get older, you more prefer a teacup ride, but actually it's not actually true. I don't think so. I think it depends when your awakening is as well.
Yeah, yeah. And
Some people who
yeah.
have been stuck in a cocoon for so many years of their life, then suddenly they go, you know, I'm going on a roller coaster. I haven't done it all my life. You know?
Yeah. And you don't find people on their deathbed that you know, regret is one of the greatest pains that you can have on your deathbed, and having not have done something that you've always wanted to do, and just having ridden on that teacup your whole life.
I'll tell you why.
Speak about death.
I'm ready.
I'll tell you why I brought that up. Because I was just having a bit of a epiphany, a bit of a moment, thinking about, like, tell me one thing, okay? If we just use this analogy, teacup and roller coaster, which person gets results faster?
That's easy.
Just
roller
answer.
coaster.
Just answer. Roller coaster. Yeah, I think 100% roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay. So which one gets it slower? Teacup. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
If at
okay.
all.
So it's fast results and slow results. Okay. Now here's the question. Okay. Which one gets to the end destination? We're not talking about death. I'm talking about goal. Okay. The ultimate goal. Which one gets to the ultimate goal fastest?
The one that's moving the fastest.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think it's the same.
Oh.
That was my epiphany.
Oh.
It's fate, you said?
I think it's the same.
Oh, it's the same.
I think it's the same.
Yeah.
I just had this epiphany now. I mean, because I think if you look at the two analogies, you would say that roller coaster ride will get to the end destination fastest. But as existence is about balance, meaning if we look at like a crypto trading chart, higher highs will equate to lower lows. Meaning new evolution, revolution, new orders requires huge chaos to get to those new orders. Huge chaos also requires a lot of time to get yourself out of that chaos to get back into order. I think that at the end of it, it's the same. Like two people, one on a teacup ride, one on a roller coaster ride, navigating through life. One makes those decisions in a very calm and fashionable, one step at a time. The other one takes huge leaps at a time. I think at the end, they reach at the same time.
But roller coaster is so much more fun.
That's exactly my point too. That's exactly my point too. In knowing that is very interesting though. Because what will happen is, how I see it is, let's say you take two people. I see one person at the end. There's two people at the end. What will the two people look like at the end? This one's going to be all battered and bruised and grazed and have all the scars to prove it. That's the roller coaster guy, right? This one, will be like all clean and just like looking so calm and peaceful. And it's interesting you said that before, because you could call it an insane way, I choose roller coaster still.
But you're going to find different people riding the roller coaster. Some people are going to know how to ride the roller coaster, and some people there's going to be bits flying off everywhere. You know, some people.
One hair here, one hair here.
That's another story.
Yeah, and then same with the teacup as well. There's going to be.
Well, the reality is some people die on the roller coaster.
Yeah. Some people die on the teacup. You know.
It's true.
But
That's the thing. That's the thing.
boring.
I know what you're thinking. So I'm.
I'd rather die on the roller coaster. Huh?
You're Pisces.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
She's all wild.
No. I feel exactly the same. I'm getting even that feeling right now. I'm just like, why on earth would anyone want to be the teacup? It's like, imagine at the end of. Okay, you have this. Okay, yes, casualty, death. Okay, both equate in death. Okay, people say, how did Sabrina die? She fell off the teacup, right? It's like, you what? She did what? She was going 1 mile per hour on the teacup, and she just fell over. No. I mean, in terms of story, it's not in legacy. This is her legacy.
I think that story is actually more painful than the death itself.
That is more painful.
Which one are you? Teacup or roller coaster?
I think at this point of my life, roller coaster.
Roller coaster. In knowing, I mean, do you think do you think there is a point there? I mean, obviously it's not going to be exactly the same, but do you think there is a point to say that somebody on a roller coaster ride and somebody on a teacup ride will get to the same, to the end result?
Yeah, I do believe that.
Could potentially be at the same time.
Could you imagine? It's like those...
Like 50 years' time, they could be with the same amounts of wealth and happiness and whatever.
Yeah.
Do you believe that? I think it's possible.
I think it's possible. It's like one of the, it's like, okay, let's
because,
put like
because the one who rides a roller coaster, they always need to get out of shit.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, that's me.
I know what they're talking about.
Sabrina's having a moment right now. She's like, shit, that's why
me.
this is happening.
So many times I need to get out of trouble. I didn't even realize it.
Oh my God.
But it is true. I mean, I prefer to die in the roller coaster than the teacup.
Oh yeah. 100%.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm done with the teacup. The time is ticking. The time is ticking.
You didn't start like that.
Yeah.
You wanted the teacup for the most of the part of it. But like you said, there are so many regrets that people might have at the end of the day when they're about to die. And it's better to kill yourself trying or not try at all. Like, it's true. Like,
But
at
it's
the end...
not trying. They're trying. But just trying at a very nice pace.
But there's some people on the teacup that are just teacupping
Teacupping.
the whole time.
But like this regret thing, would you really have regrets at the end of your like?
No, people do, obviously.
I know, but
People
like,
who have regrets, they have regrets on everything that they didn't try, isn't it? They wanted to do it, but
I
they
don't
never
get
did.
see because I'm like no.
Because you're in the roller coaster. That's why you don't know what the regret is all about.
I don't know.
It's interesting, though, because it really does, I mean, this conversation really does, number one, probably stimulate some people to say, oh, maybe it's time, maybe I should do something about my life, you know? But at the same, it might, for those people who are going through too much roller coaster, maybe thinking, why am I keep choosing this, right? They might go on the teacup, which is totally fine, right?
Yeah.
There's no judgment if you get to the end destination at the same time. But I feel like it's probably the case that enough of roller coaster, then teacup will probably be a nice way to peacefully exit. I know that sounds quite like
Right.
what are you talking about, but do you know what I mean?
You want to
I mean,
go,
yeah,
you wanna
I
go
mean,
out
that's
on the
why-
teacup.
You want to do...
I want it to be fun. I want it to
He
be
got
over
you, Master.
quickly,
He
hey?
got you.
I want to be roller coastered out of here.
No, I think that no. Okay, I'll tell you where that thought came from. Okay, like I think somebody who chooses, like, okay. Let's talk about experience in life, right? Okay. What does a roller coaster person's relationship journey look like, please, Sabrina? I'm not saying you have. I'm just saying, please.
Please explain.
If you had to imagine it, what would it look like?
Oh, it's probably crazy. Probably back together. You mean relationship in a
Loving relationship?
loving relationship kind of way, or
Like romantic relationships.
Oh,
What would,
romantic.
I'm speaking on this because let's
Oh, yeah, crazy.
let's speak on all different pillars here because you got
okay.
wealth, you got relationship, you got things. Okay, so what would someone's wealth look like?
probably crazy highs and then lows and then
Meaning, what does that actually look like? She's getting personal now. Are you asking me about my past? No. Like, what does it? What do you think it looks like? It's probably relationship to
yeah.
relationship
I mean,
to relationship,
I'm
in and
pretty-
out,
yeah.
relationship, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm a pretty roller coaster person. Tatiana's.
No.
She's
but-
not
Teacup.
teacup. She's
No, but is your
Yeah.
no, but you're maybe
Yeah.
you're not applying the roller coaster rule to relationship.
Oh.
Now this is another thought as well.
Ooh.
Maybe to the different pillars in life, you're applying it
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, one of the things I just thought of, what would you want if you had kids? What would you want for your kids? Do you want them to have a teacup life or a roller coaster life?
Master,
And
go roller
why?
coaster.
No, I don't think.
What would you want for them?
No, I don't.
Nothing.
No, I think this is down to individual. I think this
What you want.
Yeah, it's just what they want.
Yeah,
it's down
yeah,
to their
yeah.
own spirit and what they can deal with. What are the strength of their spirit, you know?
Yeah.
But why I was saying that is because how I see it is like, okay, tell me, what's an exciting relationship journey? I'm not okay. Listen to the question.
Man, take note.
No. That's not my question though. Because what I'm saying is, if we were to talk about roller coaster, is one that is daring to experience everything in life, every part of it, right? You dare jump off the plane, dare do that, dare have that adventure and everything, right? So that relationship, if it was daring to do everything and try everything in relationship, what would a roller coaster relationship person look like?
Number one, there will be a lot of emotions.
There will also be
involved.
a lot of relationships.
A lot of relationships. I think it's just like from one thing to another
So-
thing to experiencing different
Exactly.
things. Like
exactly. So now,
dance, like
so now going back
yeah.
to Ota's point, I think your relationship is more leaning teacup choice.
Right.
I'm not saying
Tatiana.
yeah, we sometimes go on a
Insight.
date. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying like actually out there, like I want to try everything. No, I don't
Yeah.
think it is. I
Okay.
think it's relatively.
I think that's why I never settle.
She's very roller coaster. She will never
I
get a
just
teacup.
realized the other day I was like, I think I'm not a relationship type. It's just like no. It's just like okay.
Do you know?
Next.
Do you know? Like, okay. Look, right. Let's put it like this, right? We know people go into relationships. They'll go into relationships. Look, when you're in a relationship, you see plus, you see minus. You see good points, you see not so good points. And I know the spiritually conscious people will be like, no, I love her imperfections too, right? But this is not the time for that right now, okay? We can talk about that
I
later,
love
right?
everywhere. Everything.
But the reality is there are some minus points. And we cannot deny, if anybody says they never done this before, they're lying, right? So we cannot deny that you will have a partner where you will see some imperfections, where sometimes you see the perfection in other people.
Yeah.
And you will look and you'll be like,
I saw your face.
No, I was playing. She was trying to get her water. I was like, what are you doing?
we cannot deny that we'll see that perfection in other people. And we cannot deny sometimes our mind drifts a little bit to question. Just a question to think, I wonder what it would be like. You do, right? Okay, let's not talk about ethical, not ethical, all that. That's beside the point right now. We're just saying how the human mind naturally works, because the human mind is probably looking for perfection. The human mind is probably looking for wanting to experience everything, every part of everything, right?
I think what's really important with relationships is this thing in psychology called repetition compulsion. And most people have kind of experienced where they get themselves in seemingly similar situations again and again in order to try and master it. So like, be it like similar kind of relationships where similar things happen, and the outcomes are usually pretty similar as well. And so we actually, growing up in the first 7 years of our lives, we'll build up these patterns. And basically we're going to play them out again and again and again and again until we actually do something and realize, hey, I've got to change the way that I am in this situation. I've got to change the way that I look at it in that situation.
But it depends how you're doing it, because if you're doing it consciously, that you want to experience different things, and you have breaking whatever because you have still like the patterns that comes with whatever you have believed in or grow up to, right? But if you say, okay, I have decided that this is not what I want, but I'm choosing freely to do this. Like, for example, if, I don't know, I go back
She's being
to...
very careful now.
Yeah.
Let me see what I say. But what I'm saying here, you just have to decide what you're choosing, because there are some things, okay, let's say, for example, you're fat all your life. And then your family's like, you're just fat because all your family is fat, for example. But what if you break that pattern and you become skinny, you become fit?
This example is too far away from what
because I didn't want to go very deep into relationships.
you're playing it safe. So she is
I'm being a
opting for a
teacup.
teacup conversation on relationship.
Yeah.
You see, it's playing it safe.
Yeah.
Yes, I was playing it safe.
But you know what? Okay, a person who is in a teacup style relationship, right, is looking and secretly desiring, what does a roller coaster look like, feel like?
But I think it's the other way around,
Ooh.
too.
Then, yeah.
Yeah.
Then, in the same way, the person in a roller coaster is thinking, I want one of those teacup rides. But they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
They
Because
don't.
if they get into it, they'll get bored.
Exactly.
That's what I don't get into those.
So now your problem is, how are you going to find your perfect partner?
That-
It needs to be in the same mindset of the roller coaster. So if you are a roller coaster person, please.
No.
No, I don't
No,
even
but
think
actually,
so.
it's not.
No,
It's
no.
not.
Yeah.
Because
Half and half.
You
you
just have to
roller
be
coaster with
okay
another
with me
roller
being a
coaster
roller
equals
coaster.
double the roller coaster, and you're still thinking that maybe you're just looking for a teacup right now, but you know you're not at the same time. It's a strange affair.
Just the person has to be okay with me being a roller coaster, and then we're good, I guess.
They are
Maybe.
okay with you being a roller coaster?
But then you gotta be okay with them being whatever they are.
No.
Not really.
That's why Sabrina will have 6 husbands. I think we already gathered that. 6
That's
husbands.
been stated for a long time.
As long as the husbands only love her.
But you cannot love any other
that's-
woman.
Sabrina's like, you getting this? I mean, times are obviously changing.
Yeah.
People are becoming more open to different ideas. I mean, even like, I mean, when I was growing up, I was expected to already get married by 22. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my parents did. So, and have kids, and so did a lot of my friends already do that. But I think now you start observing a lot of people. I think we are slowly breaking that tradition mold, aren't we? Like we're feeling that, okay, maybe if there's more people doing that now, maybe it's okay.
Not to do it.
Which proves what? Which proves that probably many years ago, they didn't want that in the first place. But it's just that it was set.
Yeah.
It was what's right, what's wrong. And this desire and this thing is becoming more... It's becoming more acceptable for you to say, okay, you know what, I'm 30-something, or I'm 40-something, or I'm 50-something, and I'm not married, and, you know, and I'm still enjoying life.
And it's
know?
okay.
Still fine. My mom is so scared. She's still holding a grudge on me because when I was 12 and I thought life's end with 30, I told her with 27 I'm gonna have a husband, I'm gonna have kids, and it's finished, right? Now I'm turning 26 soon. She's like, "Where's your boyfriend? Where's that?"
No.
And I'm like,
Actually, there's a magic period. Like it's like. At 17, I thought I was going to get married and have kids at 22. I thought 22 was prime age. When I was 22, I said, no, it's going to be 25. 25 is a good age. But 25, I said, okay, it's definitely going to be before 30, right? Some blur line happens after 30. Like, you just say, it doesn't matter. It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's funny because, like, if I go to see back onto my friends,
She's
high
ready.
school
She's
friends.
ready to get married.
Yeah, but it's not there
She's
yet.
ready to get married.
Yeah.
Man, put the ring on it. No, I'm just kidding.
She's ready.
No,
You know
but
she's
a lot
ready.
of the times I see my friends having babies, getting married, and my worry is not about having a baby. My worry is about how I'm going to trend on social media, how I'm going to do this. Like, the focus is not there, and I think that's why you
Say
were
the
speaking
things
about.
Andrew
Like,
Tate says.
And the reason why marriage will probably be because oh, I'm at this age, I'm supposed to, or something.
Yeah, that's the
But
thing.
the other day I heard something, because sometimes marriage is convenient, because if you need papers to go somewhere, then you just get married to get papers. Not because you really love the person. I mean, I love them, but if it is a convenient thing, it's also a business if you really think about it. Anyway,
She's going to be charging events tickets, get a landing page built.
it's a huge business if you do think about it. When you get divorced,
Yeah, it's illegal.
the lady will get more than the man usually.
I want to ask this question, okay? What is... Okay. There's going to be so many comments in this video, okay?
Dun, dun, dun,
What
dun.
is the point in marriage? Okay, right.
It's a business deal.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Wait. I'm not against marriage, okay? And I am highly likely to get married, okay? So, but what is the point? Why am I saying that? Look, I mean, people who get married, they get divorced, right?
Yeah.
I think people
Business.
can get divorced, right?
Business.
This is what I'm saying. No. Actually, seriously, what is the point? I mean, I see it like it's very nice to celebrate and have a event. It's very nice. I mean, it's like something. Oh, you have to wear that dress, and you have to. I'm not going to wear the dress. I mean, she will have to wear that dress, and I have to wear a suit. But we have to walk down the aisle, and like.
Master, wait, I'm sorry. Can I make a business out of your wedding?
Yeah, for
VIP
sure, we'll
only,
sell tickets,
platinum
platinum
ticket.
tickets.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I think that and virtual streaming.
Of course, you will have everything, Master. No, do not
Tune in
worry.
virtually. Yeah. I have to have 5 Zoom calls.
And
open,
metaverse.
right? Metaverse. Yeah. Anyway, okay. And merchandise.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway. Okay.
Little Master, little Kaina.
Okay. So beside that whole point, okay. So let's say what I'm saying is, okay. So I get it. It's an event, but like, if you did an event which is saying this event is to declare our love, instead of signing a paper, is what I'm saying. Okay. What is the point in signing that paper? Especially now when you sign that paper, where you can sign an extra paper now that comes with it, just to get rid of anything that may attach us to needing to split anything, right? So prenup. What is the point in this paper anymore when there's a subcontract that goes with this contract to say that
You don't get anything.
You don't get anything, right? So what is that point in that contract? Now you say, okay, it's just to declare our love for each other. Well, why does that declare it any more than saying, hey, I declare my love for you? Because this paper...
I think it just goes back to...
My sister's actually in the process right now of getting a divorce. So what I'm saying is, like, so that's that. Okay, that's splitting up. Yes, I understand the pros. Kind of. So I understand the pros. Yeah,
Well, there are some pros.
Tickets, plus some tickets.
There
right?
are pros.
No,
like-
there are some pros, but I also understand the cons, and I'll tell you what I feel the cons are. The cons are when two people are married, and they fall out of love,
Yeah.
and they stay
That's a good
together.
point.
So they go on the roller coaster. And they
No,
come
because
up
I
out
know-
of the
No.
teacup.
That's not.
I
It's,
see.
it's dangerous.
How many unhappy marriages are
Yeah.
together because they
Of
have
their kids.
sworn the oath and
yeah.
written, like it's, I mean, what it is you're tying, right? You're tying and making it harder to say, you be you, I be me, you know.
I think you're stepping onto the teacup. I think that's what the paper all is. It's coming back to that teacup roller coaster analogy, because basically, I don't think it's going to be work if you're a roller coaster, two roller coasters trying to work out a
No, I
relationship
think it's
and
more-
have this bit of paper there.
I think it's more about the systems.
System.
She's like the business. She's like business.
System.
No, but to be honest with you, like when you're gonna go and buy a house, when you go to a visa or something, like they always ask you what is your material status. Like, are you single? Are you married? Like, all of the different things. There is no such thing that you need to be married. What if you just want to make a party and put a white dress and just dance and have some wine and some food and just celebrate your love? You don't need to sign a paper, right?
But you're going to get married soon.
No, I'm telling you, it's a conventional thing.
You You don't need to, but I'm going to do it. What's the point?
Not
man?
necessarily. Going back to your question.
No, but you get my point.
Yeah, I do.
It's
Like
definitely
I
not
sometimes
needed.
like I do ask my friends. I said, you know, and I'll be honest with you. The friends I've asked, you know, why? Okay, there's two questions, right? First question is, how do you know when to get married? When you're ready to get married? And the answer is always very abstract. When you know, you know. It's like,
You know.
okay, maybe there is that point. So that's correct. I believe in that. I really believe in that. Feel that alignment. You're ready. Okay, go. The second question I ask is, okay, what do you feel the point in marriage is for the people who are married? And quite frankly, everybody that I've asked so far is just the paper, isn't it? It's commitment. And I'm like,
Business.
commitment? I said, but why? Commitment meaning what? Meaning contractual binding. But why?
It just
Goes back to business and systems.
No. I'm just thinking from a love perspective.
Okay, let's go back.
Okay, let's go from a love, spiritual consciousness, high level of consciousness.
I guess it's a physical thing that you can have to say, hey, like a birth certificate, right? Like you need to have a birth certificate.
It's not like a birth certificate.
But if you
just get married
don't, no,
today, it's
listen,
just like a
if you
birth
don't have a birth certificate, you don't go under the system. I'm sorry, I'm being so logical today.
No. I'm just thinking like, okay, right, okay. I love you. You love me. I want the best for you. You want the best for me. In life, okay, now this is there's gonna be so much controversy comments, okay? But anyway, in life, change is the only constant. I'm not. Okay, right. I get it. No, love will never change. And okay, I get it. I get what everybody wants. But in reality, change is the only constant, okay? And it's nice. I'm not saying it has to always change. Some people can, I mean, we've been in our organization many years and things don't change, you know, so it's evolving. It can evolve, right? Evolve rather than change a partner, okay? So that's in the system too. But what I'm saying is when we know that things can change at any time, your ideas of the world, my ideas of the world, your passion, my passion, what you want to do, what I want to do, our alignment can change at any time. If I love you, why on earth do I want to bind you?
Just set them free.
yeah.
I want you to be. I want you to feel free at all times. I don't want you to feel like you're mine. No attachment. You're not mine. You're not my property.
You know,
If it happens that you being truly you and me being truly me, we come together and we love each other forever and we have this beautiful alignment and chemistry, that is the most beautiful thing in the world. That would be wonderful. And I would love that to happen. But why do we need to do this?
Because there's like a great dichotomy in the world, and so
Because there's a
great dichotomy in the world. Everything there's dichotomy. So we as humans, we want to feel free. We want to feel alive, but then at the same time
we want some certainty.
We want that certainty, and to, you know, and to be like, basically in like
I still, marriage
and
doesn't give you
secure.
any certainty.
No, but
not for me.
I can compare it to like
You don't need certainty.
No, I don't think. No,
things black man. Don't
I
worry.
don't. No. I said I don't think marriage doesn't give you certainty because people can get divorced, and I know that.
No, but it's true. It gives them a little bit more certainty.
Yeah,
They feel like
maybe
if you want to get rid of me,
you gotta get
you
to
gotta
it.
go pay for some
gonna take-
lawyers. You gotta
It's gonna take a
There's
week.
such a bribery
take at least a
situation.
year.
No, but I think.
Oh my
I
God.
think
The
it's,
process is quite hard, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, my sister was telling me the process is like.
Yeah.
it's a
have to
business.
file
I'm
the-
telling you. People don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a business. But going back to your point, if you truly love someone, let's say, and it might be slightly different, and you guys might be questioning what I'm about to say, but it's okay because I have it clear in my mind. Let's say you love your child. Let's say you're a mom, and your uncle, like I can put myself now as an example.
She's ready.
I'm ready to be.
She's ready to be a mom.
You hear that, man?
Oh, listen.
No,
My
that
mom-
is another topic. I find that fine. Like
No.
kids evolution, that's fine.
No,
okay,
but what
anyway,
I'm
continue.
saying is, like, for example, my mom and I left home when I was 12.
You
And
left
just
home when you were 12.
yeah, I did. I left to be with my dad. I left my mom.
whatever.
I left my mother. But what I'm saying here, I left my mom when I was 12, and the love that she has for me, or the love that I have for her, has not changed. If anything, has evolved. It's been an unconditional love between the both of us.
That's right.
And it doesn't matter where I am or where she is. It's just whenever we come back together, it's as if nothing has
Nothing.
ever changed. Like,
Yeah.
my relationship keeps getting stronger and stronger. So going back to your point, and probably people will be like, but I do love my wife. I do have unconditional love for my wife. But if it is the case that if you truly love someone and you want them, it's like a thing that I heard this one time. If you see a flower and it's just so beautiful, why do you want to take out that flower from the floor that has grown and it could potentially be something beautiful, and just taking that from
Make it yours.
that moment
Make
and
it
make
yours.
it yours just
In your
because
pocket.
You want to have
you
it.
want to have it and you want to have that certainty that this is mine. But at the end of the day, you die and nothing is yours.
Next week, and Angela says, guys, here's my wedding invitation.
I have some business going on.
We'll be like, what was the whole podcast show talking?
I will remind you that it's business.
But what if you came across the flower and it was already on the ground? It was already uprooted on the ground.
You mean if you like find like a dead
Then you-
partner?
Or like, you know,
Then you water that.
not a dead one. No.
Homeless, homeless.
What if you find like an
Yeah.
unwanted partner,
like
an
no,
unwanted
like a
flower?
Like
flower.
nobody
I'm
wants
talking
the
about a
flower?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so-
one that's already dead.
Yeah, one that's like, you know, a beautiful flower, like
But
the
it's dead.
most amazing. It's not dead.
It's already off its
just-
branch.
It's already been cut, or it's already been
And nobody's taken it.
uprooted out of the ground. And yeah, and it
So you
hasn't
mean
been
it's like the
taken.
leftover, like
And
the
so
leftover
what
partners?
what if you could take that flower and nurture it, and even like
That's very nice.
you know,
That's
But that's
kind.
good.
If you put
That's
it,
kindness and
yeah,
compassion.
if you
That's
put it
beautiful.
into water, I've done this before. I put a rose into water that was cut, and it started to shoot out roots after a few weeks. I left it there. I just had it in good water, and it started to grow again. And then you can plant that back in the ground.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not that you're saying this is mine and I will
wait,
die
wait,
with
wait,
this.
I'm trying to figure out what the analogy is. So you're saying to find a person that is already falling off the charts,
Yeah.
that is a bit lost and unwanted, taking them in. I'm guessing that analogy was to do with marry. Okay, so you take this one and say, let's get married, and then after we get married, let's get a divorce, and I'll put you back on the chart.
And
That
then
is
and then
deep.
you
That
can
is-
get like
that is
that's
deep.
not what I meant. Not what I meant at all.
I think Tatiana would be listening to this thinking, what is
I am a dead flower.
his plan?
No,
He's gonna
well,
put
it
me
doesn't
back.
have to be rooted back in, but it can be. You can put it back into your garden. You know, doesn't.
Still ownership. Still
That
ownership.
is ownership big time. It's business, you guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I think there's isn't there a part of that? There is a part of us that especially part of the feminine energy that really wants to be owned. There's a part as well that really wants to feel free.
I will correct you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be owned.
I was like,
I mean, you can tell me that you don't want to be owned. Like,
and then next
all
week
you
still
want.
give you the wedding
Yeah,
invitation.
exactly. I mean, you can tell that. Like consciously, you might be like, "No, that doesn't.
I
that
don't think
triggers
the
something in
own
me." But
term is the right one. I think
How
female
do you
will
wanna
like to feel protected, and
You'd
when
li-
you feel protected, you find some comfort in an male energy. But I don't think they want to be owned.
Let's
I dropped
frame
my
it in
mic.
that way then,
But-
just
but
so you feel
that's- but that's-
comfortable, just for the way that
Yes.
you're thinking.
Life, we
Yeah.
can say maybe to sum it up.
Yeah.
Life is just one big conflict.
Amen.
Dan.
No.
Bye.
Okay. We say it in a conscious term. How do we say it? We live in a world of duality. But that is, I mean, we live in a world of
Duality is
duality.
chaos.
Say
Yes.
teacup, and so you have a desire for this one. You take this one, you have a desire for this one. You take this one, you have a desire for this one. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, no? Yep, I don't see the point in marriage. Yep, I'm going to get married. It's the same thing. I don't. It's because and what is it? There's nothing wrong with the both worlds. I think this is a nice summary. There's nothing wrong with the both worlds. Experience both worlds. Allow yourself to switch from both worlds. Don't need to be fixated and say, okay, I'm this person or that person. And just allow yourself to experience the exuberance of life and just say, hey, let's do that. Let's figure this out. Let's adventure, explore in this short time that we have here.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's how it's done. So guys, from Andrew Tate to roller coaster to teacup to
Woo you, okay?
Woo you.
Get wooed.
Yeah, that's some food for thoughts, I guess. I would say, and just drop in the comments below what you guys think. How do you feel? What do you want to speak? Like, what should we speak about next time? I guess we see you next time. That's gonna be my ending.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. No, honestly though, I know you guys laughed for sure. So hit the like button. Also drop in the comments below, obviously, what you guys want us to talk about. There's gonna be so much about Women Unite coming, Ironverse, Dubai, Blink, and not so much Blink, and everything is coming your way. But make sure for now to join our Discord. It's going to be the link in the description, the first link. Join our High Vibe Tribe. You can chat with Otis, Master, Angela, with the whole team, Sneha, the camera man. And yeah, for sure, obviously, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that little bell.
And follow the podcast.
Follow the pod. Yeah, follow the
That's what
podcast.
this is.
Follow the podcast. And then we see you next time.
I
Bye.
didn't know you had a tattoo.
Oh, yeah.